Welcome back, Airheads, to another Under Pressure. As you guys know, one of my favorite CO2 guns is the Hammerli 850. We've reviewed it before.
Great gun.
Did a little shoot-off with Alex where somehow we won. That'll never happen again. You know, I noticed this on the German Umarex side about a year ago, and I brokered a deal with Umarex USA because we needed to get them in here to the U.S. because there's classy guys in the U.S. as well, a few of us. And look at the stock. This is a beautiful walnut Manelli stock on a Hammerli 850. That's awesome.
I mean, it's going to give you pretty much all the same functionality as your regular 850. I mean, there's not a whole lot more to show you. We've already done a video on the 850. Yeah. You can check that out if you want to know more about the workings of this gun. But we wanted to show this to you because, gosh, it's just so dang good looking.
You're right, Cameron. They are essentially the same gun, though there is some differences. So why don't you take us through the specs of the Walnut 850?
The biggest difference, obviously, between the 850 Walnut and its counterpart is the Walnut Italian-crafted Manelli stock, which features a generous palm swell and nice laser checkering, which really gives a nice grip in your hands. It's also got a rubber butt pad. The overall length of the 850 Walnut is 35.5 inches and weighs in about 7 pounds without a scope. Barrel is 14.5 inches and features an 8-round rotary magazine. The Walnut version runs on two 12-gram CO2 cartridges as opposed to a single 88-gram cartridge like on other rifles. You'll also notice that the Walnut version lacks the open sights of the polymer models, but it does feature an 11mm dovetail rail so that you can mount any optic of your choice.
Yeah, you just mentioned it, Cameron, but most European-made guns, if they're threaded, you usually have a 1/2 UNF thread, and this muzzle brake, actually, you can thread it off. So let's do a little test, Cameron. So, you know, it's a CO2 gun, so it's not going to be that loud to begin with. So let's first register what the gun sounds like with just the muzzle brake.
Okay, let's grab our highly scientific Radio Shack sound meter.
And don't worry, we have a pellet trap off screen. We are loaded here, so position, check, check. Okay, we're good.
Alrighty. So this is with no sound suppression into our silent pellet trap. Ready?
69 decibels.
So not crazy loud, still backyard friendly by all means. I mean, that's really not that loud.
A little burp with a little sharp hits.
But
what else can we do with it?
I mean, quieter is always better, right? So because we've got the 1/2-inch UNF threads on there, we can put pretty much any European-made moderator. So this is a Hug-It moderator. A lot of people say that these are about the best airgun moderators that are out there.
Might be a little overkill for a CO2 gun, but hey, I had one, so let's try it out.
Let's give it a whirl. All right. Alrighty, here we go.
58.
Quite a reduction.
Yeah, that's about 10 decibels less, and no sharp crack. It was just sounded like a little burp.
Yeah. So if you live in an area that you've got, you know, close neighbors, or you're going to be shooting inside, adding something like this to a CO2 gun is really, really beneficial.
I discovered there's one more we can try out. I didn't realize this, but you know, the FX Streamline adapter is 1/2-inch UNF.
Awesome.
So we got the FX stackable moderator here. Let's threads on nice and easy. Obviously with these we can expand it or contract it. I got 4 total sections there. Let's see how it compares.
All right. Ready?
59.
So a little bit louder, but not enough that you would even notice it.
Yeah, I felt like just a hair more than the Hug-It.
Yep.
So a lot of options, but really it's probably going to come down to you probably have another air gun with a moderator. These were both 22 caliber, even though it's only 177, so it'll still work though, as long as you're bigger.
Yep, exactly. It works great. And like I said, the idea of a moderated CO2 gun has been something that I've always really liked. When I first started working here at Airgun Depot, I lived in a duplex, and we shared a backyard with my neighbor. And
we didn't pay him much.
Yeah. So I had to shoot basically out of my kitchen window if I wanted to shoot it all. And so having a CO2 gun that was moderated was always really, really, you know, enticing to me. So this is great if you're shooting indoors or if you've got small space.
It's America. We like our rifles suppressed.
Yep, exactly. Just a cool factor.
One other couple of notes, as mentioned, this isn't using the 88 gram, so you're doing 2 12 grams. It'll get about 55 to 60 shots per fill. Shorter barrel than on the standard 850. What did you find on the power side of things?
Yeah, it's going to cron you a little bit lower. This came in at about 525, which is about 100 feet per second slower than your standard 850.
Yeah, with the same pellets.
Exactly.
They get about 5 foot-pounds. Not a hunting gun. This is just for having fun.
Yep, total blinker.
And also, you got to make sure you pick up an optic. This optic does not come with it. This is just, I like fixed sights on a CO2 gun. you know, pick up a nice little Hawk 4x32, something like that. That's
Yep.
kind of our suggestion.
Yep, lightweight, easy to use, and it's always going to be sighted in for you.
One last thing, it took us about 6 months from the time we ordered these to get these in.
Long
you know, we
time.
got a grip of them in, but once they're gone, I mean, we'll order them again, but it's going to take some time. So if you're looking at this piece and thinking maybe, hey, this is a great Christmas present for somebody in your life, something like that, you might want to act now. I'm only telling you this because you need to know.
Yeah, if you want one, basically get it now. You might end up having to wait 6 months if you don't jump on them now. So, guys, we hope you like this quick look at this really classy little air rifle. It's quickly become one of our favorites. If you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them down in the comment section below. We try to stick around in the comments for a couple days after a video post to answer any questions that you might have. Be sure to share this video with your airgunning friends and subscribe to us here on YouTube as well as on Facebook and Instagram to keep up with everything going on here at Airgun Depot. And that is it for me, but John thinks he can use this guy to do a pretty cool little trick shot. So I'm gonna let him take this outside.
Camera thinks it's impossible. I'm going to prove him wrong.
Alrighty.
It looks easy, but it's not. I have to fire at the paddle, reload, hit it in the air, and it's an auto safety. Ooh. Yeah. Look at it. Suck it, Cameron.